There we go. But there was another trailer there on the screen we'll talk about. So for this episode, we're talking all the new DC trailers, right? Is it switched?
Yeah,
yet?
and then let's see. Well, hopefully we'll wait.
No, it's good. We're good.
Is it changed on yours?
Yep.
Okay, good. Well, we're good then.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll turn that down. We'll keep an eye on the comics.
Anyways.
Thanks for watching, Leo. We'll be sharing this around as we do that as well. So the big thing we're talking about today, and I think that everyone's been talking about for the last couple of days, are the DC trailers.
And then what else did we get? We got something. Oh, and we got a Godzilla trailer.
It's true. There's other trailers. Glass got a trailer.
Oh, I did like Glass.
Glass trailer was.
See, and when I watched, what was it called? Split or Splice? No, Split, right? Because Splice is the other horror movie that came out a while back. Yeah, Split. I had no idea.
What
I've
was
never
going
even
on,
seen
the other
Unbreakable.
one, yeah.
Yeah, so I had no idea what it was.
I just never heard about them that much. Like, no one really talks. But now, once the other one came out, everyone was talking about both of them because they were connected and
So
no
now
one
I have
had
to
any
watch
idea.
Unbreakable.
Yeah, now
I
we
think it's
have to watch. Like, at this
And
point.
I kind of like his take on a superhero movie. It's like an up and coming age of superheroes. That
Yeah,
nobody
as opposed to-
knows what's
Right,
going
which
on.
is cool. Like, I don't know. I feel like that
And
was.
they're not like your generic kind of powers. It seems like they kind of like have them hidden. Like the Split guy wasn't really like your kind of regular generic kind of. I guess maybe it was just a different take the way he did it with his split personality and then them having that beast form and.
Yeah, there was a lot about it. But it was fine because it was supposed to be. I don't know. You know who it really reminded me of, speaking of Beast?
Oh.
It's kind of that thing of, like, the unwilling transformation. You know, I don't know. Having said that, like, those were good ones, and that looks like it's going to lead to a good thing. But, I don't know. I'm really excited for a lot of the DC stuff this year, actually, now that I've seen the trailer.
Aquaman.
I thought that was a good
It
trailer.
looks good. It looks good.
It's
I'm not
not,
going to say that,
like-
but I'm just saying I'm not as excited for Shazam. I think I'm just more excited for their more humorous take.
I
the
am
DC
more excited
universe.
for Shazam than Aquaman, but I'm really excited for Aquaman too. Like, it looks awesome. The trailer looks cool. I don't think anyone can say the trailer doesn't look cool.
Everything looks awesome.
Hey, what up, Joey? And like, really, I think the best part about the trailers and both of them is that they're not too dark. They're not too dark. God, why does everything have to be so
Right.
dark? Every time it's always so dark, guys, and I never understood that. Like, oh man, the jorts, but I think that the best part about Aquaman though is probably still gonna be Jason Momoa.
I don't like that
I
they
like
kind of made that they made him like a sexy kind of beast man.
But he's been that way, just like
maybe
change hair color, which I was wondering why they didn't just do that. But like, I think he looked cool. With,
yeah,
like,
it was
really,
a different
like,
take
light hair.
because like I guess.
But there's we've all seen the Justice League version. Shazam looked good, but that muscle suit is so obvious. They said that's not a muscle suit, Clay. That Zachary Levi claimed that was all him.
Looked like a muscle suit to me.
He
It
claimed
looked
that
like
was
it
all
could've get to
him, Clay. I don't know if that's 100% true or
Maybe
not.
I
I don't know
just
if anyone
couldn't
can
catch it.
factualize that. I am definitely more excited for Shazam 2, Leo. Sorry, we're trying to keep up on the comments. Now they're up on the right screen as well. We're also still posting out as we do. And, oh man, like, what do you guys think? Like, honestly, we know we got to talk to the audience more when we do these kinds of things. Like, what do you guys think as far as these trailers are concerned? And then I guess also what people's take are on the new Titans trailer, because that's the other trailer
That's
that we
another
mentioned.
one that's like for me. Like I don't know.
There's so much I don't like about it. There's so much I don't like about
way
it.
too dark and broody again. Like.
The thing is,
And
yes,
to me, like the Teen Titans, like I know they have dark drama.
they deal with
situations,
like a lot of
but
dark
like
stuff.
that was
but
too.
the thing
dark
is,
and
they
broody
are
for
not
me.
necessarily that dark. I love the modern take on Aquaman. I agree.
I do.
Leo is
I'm
like,
not gonna say that I don't. I just say it's a different take on it.
they did. I will say that it's one of those things where they might had to change him a little bit to make him
It
viable
would've been
modern.
cool if
But
they
they've
would've
done
put
that
on,
for a
like,
lot of
this,
characters.
like classic kind of like outfit though. Just for like one scene, like how they always do in Marvel. They show like just like Luke Cage, just show them wearing the tiara just for a quick second.
Yeah, I mean
That'd be cool if
they're
just
gonna
did
have
something
him
like
wear the orange and the green
outfit. Are they?
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
cool.
I think that was in the trailer, wasn't it?
I didn't see it.
Did you?
I just seen him wearing some armor.
I think
but
we
they
gotta.
didn't look
I think
orange.
we'll have to watch a trailer a little later on in the cast. Hopefully, we won't get spam.
But yeah, I liked it. It was good.
For it.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this Aquaman trailer. It does look good.
Yeah, I agree. It looks pretty good. I think
and
the villain's supposed to be really good.
Not going too dark and broody still.
Right.
It's kind of like on the edge, but not too
The thing
close.
is, it's as dark as it needs to.
Yeah,
it's
good.
as dark as it can be allowed to be, and that's fine.
And we actually have some color.
That's the biggest thing. Is
Mira,
it's dark,
did you
maybe
see how
story.
green she
Yes,
was in her
exactly.
outfit with the
And that's my big
red
thing.
hair?
Is like visually, it's not so dark. Like some comic book stories are visually dark. Yes. Most comic book stories are vibrant, colorful palettes because it's the only place you can get away with that kind of shit. Like literally, tell me one of the like best comic book covers you have, and the art. If it's great art, it's probably not just the black and white. Don't get me wrong, there are some great covers in black and white.
Yeah, like Walking Dead does do pretty good with her for doing the really detail and showing up. But that's the only one I can think of, really, honestly, black and white.
Yep, and even then, like. Compare that to some of those like beautiful spreads that DC and Marvel do for some of their books.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't even compare. Like they're so cool. Like so, even some of the basic ones, like they have a Flash one out, where it's like his face like jumping around. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's awesome. It's awesome. So you got to check it out if you haven't seen it. I wish I could link it in the chat or something. We're working on technical stuff like that and other things.
So I guess what was the top trailer for you then? If the 3 that came out yesterday, because there was
Godzilla,
Shazam,
there's a lot,
and Aquaman, Glass.
Some people
was my top, and then Godzilla beat my second. Yeah,
a lot of people are making the argument that Shazam is just the top trailer, like, because of like it or not. Yeah, Godzilla's the top trailer because of like certain points it hits. That's all a whole article, and I was like, what?
I mean, Godzilla did look good.
It looked
like let's
really
go talk about that
good.
for a second, because like I did not think they were gonna show off that many Toho.
Cheers, Sanji
monsters.
Poon. Cheers. We see you, Sanji, and we appreciate you for joining us. What did you think of the new DC trailers? Aquaman, Shazam, Titans, also the other trailers, because it was all at San Diego Comic-Con, wasn't it?
Yeah, this all happened at San Diego.
And then,
it's a new thing now. It's just what they do now.
The funny thing is they've done that at like cons, local cons for years. They would do that where they would get like people would find.
They use it as a platform now, basically,
to like
their stuff.
Yeah, which is good. I like it. It keeps them competitive.
So my friend kind of disappointed because not too much about the comics or anything, which is okay.
That was the other thing we could talk about, although I don't want to go too deep into it because I feel like there's a little
bit. I guess I know that because my friend did say that was one of the big things. Some of the original people who started off with San Diego Comic-Con is not like what kind of goes now with all the pop culture. Or I mean, it's cool, but like they don't like that the movie producers use it as a platform.
Well, yeah, they do. And it's basically been more corporatized than other local cons, and I think that's the thing. It's no longer a local con.
But like I like the idea that they show all these stuff in movie trailers and everything there at this, because like where else would you really? I mean, you could just post these online, but like really honestly, I like the idea of showing multiple trailers in one day and be like, oh my gosh, getting excited for all these new movies next year, basically, and some even still kind of this year.
Oh yeah.
Because they showed off some more Venom stuff. I mean, we didn't get to see it, but they showed it.
They said they were gonna. Then they will never be able to show it on here because.
Somebody even said that he doesn't have his web logo on there or his spider logo.
Probably might not.
Trailer.
I mean.
But then how are you gonna do that without his logo? I guess.
I mean, you could, especially since the logo is supposed to be derived from Spider-Man. So
yeah.
This one being like. They're doing their own thing. I'm not going to judge it too harshly before we go into it. Now, granted, it's a change, but it's not like a drastic character change. It's like, okay, this is a backstory change, which we've seen tons of times from all characters, including in the comics.
They just confirmed Riot was going to be in there.
Really?
Was that one of the Venom symbiotes? That was a lethal weapon? Or not lethal weapon, but lethal, what's the storyline called?
Oh,
Lethal Project? No, Lethal something. I can't remember.
Lethal Bloodline or Lethal
something. That's the story where they have all the symbiotes basically in this.
But if they're gonna have Riot, what about the other ones? Because they have a ton
There's
of
probably gonna be more in there. Because if you watch the first trailer, there's even a lady in there who's kind of like, like something's happening to her.
Yeah, true. Well, and there's a bunch of people like in the cages.
I'm curious, for what other symbiotes we'll see.
It's gonna be a tough question.
That'd be cool, though. I would like that take, though, that we're gonna see more than just Venom, and he's fighting these other symbiotes.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna be fighting more of these other symbiotes, I think, than the people. Because what are they gonna do? I mean, Fire and Sonic.
People are like, even too, like, well, what kind of movie can you do with Venom without Spider-Man? Well, I mean, he has his own comic line. I mean, he's got his own thing going on. And They even now introduced, maybe a few years back, that now the symbiotes come from a planet called Clintar.
Yeah, they have the whole Guardians of the Galaxy tie-in. Granted, that was less Eddie Brock, more... but
Flash Thompson.
Yeah, but that's still Venom.
Yeah,
in the end, that's still Venom.
Yeah, it's more of him. Because he is his own person, basically, at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah, because...
not just Eddie
Venom's
Brock
it's a symbiote, it's not a,
That's why I like that, what they're doing with Venom right now, that he has
the backstory
of like, oh, well, all you guys kind of effed me up now, because now this is why I'm like this now. And I like that idea that that Eddie Brock was just so jacked up that now jacked me up.
Yeah, same with I think that's what they said about fucking Carnage originally too, which is kind of one of those.
I mean, well, of course, yeah, like you got a psychopath who kills people, then yeah, that's gonna change you
pretty drastically. Yeah, if you have to share a mind with someone like that, it might change your perspective.
He's pretty crazy.
Cletus Cassidy is insane. I like the one they're doing now too. I don't know if you've been checking it out in the Clintar God thing or whatever.
Yeah, I've been reading the issues. Yeah. What's his name? What'd you say? Noel?
Yeah, I think it was Noel.
It would just be Noel, right? Because you wouldn't say the K, right? It would just be silent.
I think it would just be Noel.
But,
and I think he's a character that it.
No,
I can't
it's
remember
new. He's a new, brand new character that Donny Cates invented in this series.
He seems pretty interesting. I will say, like, his design he's at least got like an interesting design.
Dracula.
We haven't got a lot of backstory yet. We've got a lot of backstory teaser.
I do like that they're coming out with this other issue called Venom: The First Host. So
there
was another host before, I guess, Spider-Man.
I don't know. Well, if you go by the Deadpool's fucking canon.
Oh yeah, and then I guess you could say that he actually attached to Deadpool first.
Yes. Oh man, that might have permanently messed this little thing up. Terrible.
That was pretty good.
It was good stuff. The Deadpool.
I did like that. Yeah, because if you ever read the original, it's pretty awesome to read it through again and be like, oh my gosh, Deadpool just effed everything up.
Yeah, that's funny. That's why those Deadpool does Secret Wars and does Secret Wars is so funny because they're just dumb.
But other than that, I guess all
right, so let's talk about Shazam then. So we've talked about it being one of our favorite. Right, we said Shazzy is one of our favorite trailers, regardless whether it's you, me, whoever.
Yeah, I think it's
probably
one of the top ones.
Although I hear some
like
people
it's
giving
different.
It's different. It's comedic. It's light. It's supposed to go off the new 52 version, which is super light. I mean, even the older version of Shazam is not like he is a little more serious, but it's still it's basically parents swap, whatever the hell. Body swapping, yeah. But it's like Parent Trap or not Parent Trap. There's
Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday, yeah. Superhero Freaky Friday, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Kind of. There's some spirits, but it's like, all right, kid can be an adult now. Bam. Or no, Big. That was the one. Big.
But
sorry.
Keep his personality of who he is and not be like this other person. Or, kind of like Thor, basically, when he first came with Donald. What was Blake? Donald.
Yeah. And it was to limit the character power, basically. Mm-hmm. To a point, and also give a little bit of secret identity stuff. I mean, there was various reasons, and he was supposed to be judged worthy of being king, and there was a ton of stuff about Shazam.
Yeah, it sounds good. I've always wanted to read into it.
The thing being, I don't know a lot about New 52 Shazam. I know a little more about older Shazam, because his old Shazam had every letter of his name meant something.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Somebody was telling me that too. Yeah, my friend actually at work.
Because everyone's like, he has the power of 7 gods. It's like, no, he doesn't.
No, he does. Yeah, something like
he has
that.
The
like Hermes,
he has the individual power of 7. That's the thing. They say he has the power of 7. No, and the new one might, but he had the individual powers of 7 different gods.
So I know one of them was Hermes for speed.
Strength of Atlas, speed of Hermes, power of Zeus, wisdom of Solomon for the S. Can anyone help? Anyone else know? Do I have to look these up? All right.
To look them up now.
Yep. Shazam, and this was obviously after the Captain Marvel reboot thing. Of course, I now have to. All right. Well, yeah. Of course, they would list him under Captain Marvel, but
Well,
the
I mean,
reason they call him he was Captain Marvel, but he isn't anymore.
But then they changed it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because of legal issues, probably.
Yep. And basically, Shazam was his like phrase in 1972 is when it was introduced.
I was gonna pick up his first issue.
I mean,
it's only about $100 still right now.
Oh goodness, where is his goddamn power? Let's see this one.
Yeah, Wiki fandom.
Yep. Always better than the fucking Wiki.
But, I guess other than that, I guess while he's looking for that, then I do want to talk a little bit more Godzilla. I'm more excited for like all the new Toho creatures they introduced, especially Mothra. Mothra was pretty awesome to show. A little bit of King Ghidorah. I think that's how you pronounce it. They didn't really show his like face, but I do like that they did show him like, you know, the shadow of him moving around. So like it looks like he is going to be in this.
I would hope so that it's not just.
And then Rodan, they got Rodan in here.
They got a lot of stuff in that little trailer. I mean, it is supposed to be the battle, you know. For
but
monsters.
I had no idea that that's how they were going to go in.
I didn't know that they were really doing much about
a setup for it to go into King Kong, because it's supposedly King Kong's supposed to be involved in this still too, from that movie they made with Samuel Jackson,
which was a good movie.
So that's the biggest King Kong they've ever done, and he is pretty big.
He's big in that one, but
of course he's gonna have to be if he's gonna take
fight on Godzilla. Which, in the thing, it was definitely one of the ones. I actually found it too.
Oh, what is it?
So there's S is the wisdom of Solomon,
okay.
H for the strength of Hercules, A for the stamina of Atlas, Z for the power of Zeus, A for the courage of Achilles, M for the speed of Mercury, who is Hermes, because he uses the different pantheon.
Okay.
And then there was, in the newer version, he had another set, and it was like M for like.
Okay.
But yeah, he had a bunch of abilities.
Take on the character, a superhero character.
Yeah, it's superhuman speed. He got flight, invulnerability, optimism, advanced healing, sorcery, spell source, interdimensional travel stuff. I mean, he does a lot of stuff. On par, I would say that 9 times out of 10, Captain Marvel, Shazam should wreck Superman.
Yeah, he looks like he can take him head on pretty good, I would say.
At least in my opinion, I just don't know what he couldn't do. All right, magic lightning.
I guess just no laser eyes. That's about it, right?
Yeah.
X-ray vision.
Yeah. Maybe not as fast or maybe not quite as strong, but then given the fact that he's also magic and also... I think he's going to take the one up because that's Superman's big weakness. So.
It's magic, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so... Well...
And they've even stated in the Injustice in He-Man versus He-Man and Masters of the Universe, that's even in other universes, he's, like, weak to magic. Okay. That's been his big classic, you know. That's the thing, though. Like, there's... Magic is magic, you know what I mean? That's just magic.
Well, other than that, then I guess we could go a little bit more into Godzilla, huh?
Yeah, let's continue. Maybe we throw on another trailer for a minute?
Yeah, we could do that for them.
For any people still watching, we'll do the Godzilla trailer, if we can find it.
Yeah, I was a big fan. You know what I was really excited who was going to play in it was Millie Bobby Brown. I am really excited for her to be in that movie.
I mean, I like Millie Bobby Brown,
I like her as an actor. Ever since I seen her in Stranger Things.
This is it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, we're going to set this up real quick, boys.
But yeah, I'm glad that. But it looks like the villain is us.
I mean, we kind of are.
Because, like, it looks like the lady kind of, like, released all them sons of bitches into the world.
Right.
Even Millie Bob, there's a scene where she kind of I don't know if that's, like, just cut differently, but there's a scene where she kind of said, you're evil, I think she said. And then there goes really quick to her, and she goes, I'm sorry. It's because I think she released them all. I don't know.
Something. Well, I guess we'll have to see as it goes. What we're going to do is go...
The mass extinction we feared has already begun, and we are the cause. We are the infection. But like all living organisms, the Earth unleashed a fever to fight this infection. Its original and rightful rulers, the Titans. For thousands of years, these creatures have remained in hiding around the world. And unless all the Titans are found, our planet will perish, and so will we. They are the only guarantee that life will carry on.
You are out of your goddamn mind!
I am sorry, but this is the only way.
You're a monster. I'm sorry.
Long live the king.
On the big screen, sometimes it makes a big difference.
Definitely can make a big difference. I think the mic volume might also not be. I didn't check all our volumes on the thing. Anyway, I think that was honestly, I mean, compared to the last Godzilla movie, I think they're addressing people's problems with
About
it.
it not being too long of him being in there. But like, see, honestly, I like that they set it up that way. I like that it was kind of like, you know, we don't know what this is. I mean, and then we know what Godzilla is. I mean, me as the audience know what Godzilla is. But the thing is that these motherfuckers in the movie don't know who Godzilla is.
And I think that was the problem, though, is like you gotta think about it like that. All right, you can't go into another fucking Rocky movie and spend half the movie like building up to him being Rocky. People would lose their shit. You know what I mean? They're like, no, we've seen 8 movies of that.
I see what you mean. Yeah, on that point. But I think, I kind of just liked that it was a good payoff even at the end, too, because even when he was coming in, he whooped some ass in there.
He was good. Like, the minutes he were in there, that's the thing. And I felt like if they'd have done another scene or two like that, they would have balanced it out. I think the problem is people are used to seeing Godzilla a lot in movies.
Yeah, that's
with Godzilla,
I think they just
so that they were
wanted
just
to be
expecting
right
it.
Yeah.
And the other thing being, I can kind of expect that from an action movie.
Yeah.
So when you have an action movie that doesn't, it's one of those things for me that it's like, well, like I can see why they did what they did, and like as a choice, I also see why people did. Like, and it's like I said, everyone's entitled to their opinion on the movie. You know, some people still think Batman versus Superman was like the best movie ever, and I
disagree that it was not.
I'm gonna say yes. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's just like. I will respect your opinions, though, and that's.
I mean, but I'm excited that they do have some of these classic Toho creatures coming in here.
Oh yeah. Oh, did we get another comment?
Godzilla
King.
That was me.
That's a good comment. Well, at least we have a couple extra views this one. Let's see.
So,
We got another.
I mean, other than that, what else were you?
I mean, we could talk about Titans. Talk about
for a little bit of what I was disappointed in.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, the one thing I was most disappointed in is that they had first said when they released those pictures of Starfire, oh hey, that's not really what she's gonna look like. But what happens in the trailer comes up?
That's
She's
exactly
wearing the
what
same
it
damn thing
looked
she was
like.
wearing in the picture.
Here's the thing, it might be an episode 1 thing, right? Someone made the explanations like, alright, first time on Earth, Starfire shows up. Who does she meet? A kindly prostitute.
I guess so.
I don't know. I don't
know
maybe
if
it's
it was. I
Tamarinian
don't know
style.
if it was the actor's decision to wear this, or if it was the
It
director.
was definitely the director. I guarantee you none of the actors had any choice in what they wore on set. That's just the movie.
And then I'm kind of disappointed in Beast Boy still too.
I wasn't necessarily excited. I didn't see any shifting. He looks okay.
And that's
fine.
another thing too. Like, how much shifting is he gonna do? That's a lot of money to do CGI for a TV show, especially.
Whereas
Okay.
painting animals green.
Animals green is much more
effective and cheap. No, but I think.
That's my other
Like I
question.
said, I think we're all, I don't know. There was a lot.
for that.
The
And
only
then
one
Raven's powers too. I don't know.
They didn't really explore that too much. It did seem like they at least followed the original comic storyline pretty closely, like where she just shows up and she's like, "I need your help. You're the kid from the circus. We're gonna gather this team."
That's how it goes. Okay.
We're supposed to see Donna Troy in this. We're supposed to see Dove and Hawk, or Hawk and Dove, whatever. I'd be excited for it. I just want to see what it's like. I'm not excited for a lot of reasons.
I'll just watch it just to see. I will watch it, but I will have to pay the subscription. That's the thing though. Like, do I really want to spend the $80 to have the year subscription and then get 3 months free, or should I just say I'll go the easy route and spend the $7.99 a month?
I mean, yeah, but when you do it like that, it does end up costing more. Granted, you can stop at any time.
The thing is that money that you have to have right then and there.
Right, and that's the big deal, because I've done the same thing. Like, that's how I used to do Xbox Live accounts.
I do that, yeah. I do Xbox Live, of course. That's more
consistent.
cheaper. So, because what I do is I always go for the deals. I never spend more than $60 on my Xbox. I'm going for the $40 deal every time.
Yep.
So I do understand $20 that way. But like I said, there's no deals for the DC, was it Universe?
Yeah, there's no deals as far as I can see.
I do like the idea though that they're.
I'm actually
comics.
I am cool with that. They have other stuff too. It's not like it's just Teen Titans. You know.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have Young Justice on there.
Birds of Prey. Yep.
Birds of Prey is gonna be on there. I thought
Eventually,
it was gonna be a movie.
I think they're having a series, or it's like some series like that.
Okay.
Maybe
it's gonna be a movie because Harley Quinn, Margaret Robbie says she's gonna do her role again for that.
I mean,
I would assume it'd be a movie, right?
Like, yeah, I know. I'm just like, I don't know if I'd necessarily stake it all on Margaret Robbie.
That's what she said. She was gonna take her role again. She was ready to do it now.
I mean, I can see that. I just don't know if that'd be the next place they'll use her for that.
Other than that, then I guess what else came out? Comic-Con, and she was pretty excited for it.
I can't really think of much, like, not off the top. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that came out recently, like the new seasons of Overlord and Attack on Titan dropped.
Yeah, did that drop this weekend?
Which one, Overlord?
Attack on Titan?
I think. Well, it came out in theaters, last weekend?
Yeah, it was supposed to be this week, actually.
I think it's...
No, you're right. I think it was this week.
I'm just trying to remember. I think it was. And then Overlord's on, like, episode 2 already.
Never watched it.
It's pretty good, actually. It's... If I had to attribute it to something... Yeah, it is, but it's... But if I had to attribute it to something, I would compare it to One Punch Man. If I had to compare it to anything.
Then, as soon as you said that, I'm not gonna watch it.
I love that shit. One Punch Man is like one of the best anime to come out in so long.
I can't get past the idea that it's just a dumb parody on superheroes. Basically.
It's literally 100% a parody on the question of, all right, you're the strongest superhero ever.
That's the thing. I can't take people serious when they're like, One Punch Man is he's the strongest man ever. Of course he's the fucking strongest man there. He was a damn parody. They made him to be like this.
That's the point though. It's like, that's the exact point. It's like, yeah, but take any character any character is the exact same. Like they just make them to be that way. Your character isn't special. Someone wrote them to be as strong as they are in a magical little universe.
No, but the thing is, in that universe, they're strong. Okay, but if you take them out into another universe, okay, then you got some complications. There.
Sometimes
One Punch Man has no complications. You take him out of this universe,
that's like saying, all right, like Superman, you take him out of universe, he's still fucking Superman. In fact, most of the time that helps him because kryptonite from other universes doesn't affect Superman
I just
from
like
different
said, I
universes.
can't take that man serious.
That's the thing. He's basically like the making fun of Goku,
Yeah, Goku.
Superman, the Hulk.
Yeah,
He's
the
like,
Hulk.
oh, I just am stronger than you. I just get stronger and faster. You get better, I'm better. It's so funny. I love it.
Like that. See, and then like,
And
it
that's
has
why
no
it's
character
like-
development to me because at that point it's just like, you know.
See, that's the thing, though.
I
You gotta remember,
I have
he's
no
not-
struggles. I have
he's-
no struggles.
He does
Every
though. His struggles are personal struggles.
What's this
He
person's
has no
struggle?
hair.
Oh my god!
He's always
These are
trying to
the
catch deals at the
Those
store.
I know. That's what I heard. Somebody said that he
He's
got
poor.
pissed. He got pissed.
Well, because he's poor.
Oh,
He has no
okay.
money.
Well, how the fuck he got no money? He's taking out all these monsters for
Exactly.
everyone.
He
Nobody-
doesn't get paid. Well, they talk about it at the beginning. He's a hero, as a hobby. That's what
Oh,
he calls
just does
himself.
the hobby. Okay.
But then he learns that there you can be a hero and make money. So he goes to do it. But here's the thing, like the way it works is like all diplomatic and bureaucratic, right? And no one ever alright, so like he'll like save the town from a giant meteor, but it'll bust into a million pieces and still wreck the town.
fucked everything
So
up.
he's-
He still didn't do
Like
anything.
he still though no one else could have broke the meteor. Like all the other heroes, like top level heroes tried. Doesn't matter. He still gets blamed for that.
But he couldn't just grab that son of a bitch and just throw it back
Nah,
in the
he's
air.
not that great.
Oh, he's not that great. Okay,
He's
so
not
he does
perfect.
have some limits.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. He's not. He's a Nancy Sue. Like as far as fighting and stuff goes, he's basically
Unstoppable.
do whatever.
Okay.
But they do give him like certain things, and that's like I said. Not to say that it's the best way. I just love it because it literally is just a trope on the classic.
That's cool with me. I'm just saying, like, I
it's so
can't get
cool.
into a series that just makes...
The other reason is the animation style from that guy is amazing. I love that fucking animation. Like they did, like especially if you ever saw the original, because that's the thing. The original story doesn't look like that. It's called One.
Yeah, somebody was telling me that it was actually called different too.
It's just called One. Oh come on! Of course my connection is private. No, not the one. But it's basically like that's why I like because his character is about pointing out ridiculous tropes, and then the other point being like it's not about him; it's about everybody else. Like, how do I be great? You just gotta be great. It's so funny. It reminds me so much of like Gin
got
Tama.
into it, and then he starts like, "This is the best show ever." I'm like,
I don't know about that.
yeah, that's what I said.
I
I'm
wouldn't
like,
say it's the best show ever. I just think it's groundbreaking because there are no other shows like it.
And
Maybe
that's where
Gin
it is.
Tama.
That's where it ends, right there. It's a groundbreaking show that just.
It's also got amazing animation. Its animation is probably better than most other anime.
Heroes?
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
probably in my
I like
opinion,
Heroes.
way better than Heroes.
Heroes is pretty
Like
good.
here, I'll show you a scene from
the
his high
scene
level.
where him and the Nomu are
They're
all my fighting in the first season.
not
That animation
Genos
was good.
Boros. Here, we'll do a little clip for you. Because I love I don't know who they got to animate. The original manga author.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
They also do good perspectives bullshit. This is like a full 3-minute fight where they do this bull crap. Because that's all it is about, is the fight.
See, that's another thing. They're trying to make fun of Dragon Ball Z's long.
This one's...
build-ups.
I don't know what this one's making fun of. This one is tough to pinpoint. Like, it's kind of Dragon Ball Z, but this one really isn't even... Like, they make fun of Attack on Titan on one of them.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah. Well, like, loosely. But yeah, it has... At least for its fighting, but then it has the contrast of being like, then you'll have the moments of him like just being, stupid.
Yeah. See, and then there we go. See,
But no, this one is like the stupid. So like, all right, he has limits of 1. All right, he jumped to the moon. Well, he got hit to the moon. He cannot breathe in space.
That's what I was just about to say. Well, all you gotta do is throw that bitch in space and he's done.
Theoretically, that's what I said. He's not perfect. He's just stupid strong. He's supposed to be that guy, like,
well,
who's
other
like.
than that,
dumb
maybe
as
one
hell.
of these days I'll give him a chance. He is on
He's-
Netflix, but we'll
That's
see.
the only thing. The thing I will say is, you gotta remember, if you watch him, you gotta watch him like it's Gin Tama, because that's what it is.
Okay.
He's not, even himself. He's not like I'm the best superhero of all time, or like he's just like I'm just a fucking superhero. A
Can make
punch
some money
monster.
so I can make some deals at the fish market.
He's like, oh no, there was a sale. It was like, and I missed
somebody
it.
said, yeah, he got all pissed about that. He's like, what's today? Friday. Son of a bitch, I missed the sale on Friday. He gets all mad, screams.
Yep. He's like, ah.
Yeah, I heard that scene. Those are good. So,
that's the thing. It's less about, like I said, it's definitely a joke.
Yeah.
It's not like a serious anime, and I would never rank it up there with like the best anime of all time because it doesn't have the structure plot. It's why I don't rank Rick and Morty among the best stories. It's a good show, but it has no story. And that's part of its appeal.
There's just every episode just but if you think about it, though, there is a connection in some episodes.
The only one that they have right now is Evil Morty.
And that's
the
kind
only
of the same thing they
long-standing.
do with like the Adventure Time. You know, like
That's-
look how long Adventure Time's been going on.
That's
and
true.
they've been actually been leading up to finally this finale.
But that being the thing is that there's
same thing for
developments,
kind of like Steven Universe,
right? But there's developments in those universes. People grow, change. Rick and Morty, the characters do not grow or change really.
Well,
tiny bits. Like,
kind of changed because
but then it goes
what's
back
her name?
to the
What's
goes
the sister's name?
Summer.
Summer. Because remember, like third season, she kind of turned into a
Badass,
a
but
badass asshole at the.
I
end
mean,
of
she
third
was an
season.
asshole before, but she
But,
just
they
went
kinda
out with
turned
them
her
once.
into that a little bit. Now she's
Yeah, I
like,
mean-
I don't give a fuck about her life anymore.
But that's the
'cause
thing;
now
it
I
hasn't
know.
changed anything. What does that change for Summer? Nothing. That, like I said, at the end of the day, even with at the end of season 3, nothing is different than at the start of season 3.
Yeah.
And that's my problem: is the developments in characters. Like someone dies, no one ever dies in any of the episodes. Characters don't get added to the main plot that matter, right? The only except for Evil Morty. Evil Morty is like the only exception. Every other time, you don't really have recurring villains. They die at the end of the episode. You don't really have recurring anything, like except for interdimensional television, which is fine. Like I said, it's cool, and that's part of its charm. Is it makes fun of things. It's nihilistic. You can't be nihilistic and have a self-determined plot and push forward.
It looks like they are trying to do something though.
I want to see what they do. Like season 4, and like I said, not to say it's not good television, but that makes it a good TV show, not necessarily a good story.
Next, right? So
Yeah.
we're going for
Well, they're supposed to have like a bunch of seasons, so
he said that after they put this out that they're not going to be taking no more breaks really.
hopefully because
good.
they were taking some long breaks there.
Too long.
Yeah.
I remember what's funny though is like I remember when I first seen the trailer for Rick and Morty on Adult Swim and I was like, that's a show I'm gonna love and watch already. I already have an idea.
I always
and
liked
it
it,
took,
but
a few months. But then you could see slowly that people started like, ooh, this is a really good show.
yeah.
And
it's
it just became I just find it so funny that it became so pop culture now. Rick and Morty now.
Yeah. Everything does after a while. Like I said, anime.
But there's some shows that don't
be.
become so pop culture, like Boondocks.
I mean, I'd say for a while that was
Aqua Teen.
really
That
pop
was
culture.
for a little bit,
Aqua
but
Teen
then-
not so much, but it doesn't really have the level of like I said, despite not having a story, the level of jokes and sophistication in Rick make it watchable through
Yeah.
a series. Aqua Teen.
But then, like I said, you guys.
I like
I'm just
Aqua Teen.
saying, like it's coming
I
from
like
Adult
it.
Swim, and Adult Swim doesn't have a lot of pop. It's like one of those like subgroups that only like a certain amount of people know about. And,
I think
like,
it's
they
true, but
love
there's,
this show, and everything. But then there's like so many people out there that still do not know about this show. Like Meta Apocalypse, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
there's
they're-
tons of people that still do not know about that.
Oh,
show.
yeah,
They're
yeah, I'm
missing out
sure.
on such a good
And
show
there are a
like that.
couple. I'd say like that would be the
I just
standard
find
for
like
Adult
Rick and
Swim
Morty
shows.
was the one that broke free from that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's one of those ones that you can consider like way up there in pop culture now.
Oh yeah, it's
With,
definitely.
like, Halloween costumes.
But like I said, that would be saying like Adult Swim doesn't have other ones like that, which it does.
There's a couple.
It's not
they're
there's-
not as big as like that one, I guess.
Probably
That's
not.
what I'm trying to
I'm
say.
trying to think of ones off the top of my head, but
Can't
let's
think of
see.
anything, though. Like maybe like you said, Boondocks there for a little bit, but it didn't reach as the heights. I'm saying like with Rick and Morty, I think
I'd say Robot Chicken was
Yeah.
real pop culture.
it was, but now
Um,
that one died off. Huh?
It has, but I mean that's because it's been 13, 14 years.
Same thing. I mean, it
Uh,
has probably its still favorite, its favorite followers.
that's Cartoon
but-
Network though. I don't know why they would even include that. Besides that one's probably their real breakout one.
Yeah, like honestly, I can't really think. Like
They're
like,
used-
Adult
they
Swim's
usually,
known for doing
recast.
very obscure and out of the
Weird
box
ones, yeah.
shows. So that's why I say like Rick and Morty was not the one of those like weird. I mean, it was
It
weird,
is,
but it was
enough
those,
pop. Yeah.
like, whoa, okay, bro. Like that demon show they have. With
There's a
that
ton
COVID,
of shows
like
they
that,
have
like,
that
it
are
didn't
just
go
ridiculous.
that far. You know?
I think we're about though at the end of time here, and we're out of viewers as well. So we'll probably end this one. All around, DC's doing some good trailers. There's lots of stuff going on and things to look forward to next year, hopefully.
They do good. Oh, and then one more thing we can talk about, I guess, like, what do you think about this Joaquin? I'm confused. What are they going to do about Joaquin Phoenix and Jared Leto?
They haven't said
no
anything
idea
about
what the hell
that.
that's happening.
There's no info on that. There's all loose speculation.
But they're
like,
going to do Joaquin
they
Phoenix
are,
already.
but they
It's
haven't
already
said
filming.
anything
They said
about
it's
it.
coming out next year already.
Yeah, but that's like saying anything. They only take like half a year to film.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying nothing has gone on for the Jared Leto.
Right,
one.
but they haven't said anything. That's what I'm saying. It's like we don't know. We can only speculate. There's no.
What would you think though if they really did make?
They're
two?
just doing it's stupid. It's already stupid. The whole universe is already fucked up. Aquaman and Shazam are the only saving lights besides Wonder Woman so far. Everything else is trash. Trash. Suicide Squad's meh, I guess.
Yeah, but they're already starting to say Suicide Squad 2 is already going to start.
Which is fine. I mean, they were mad enough to get another as long as they got the money for
They
it.
were mad enough to get the other one, but
Like I said, I'm not gonna say
one
every
last
Marvel
thing we got to
movie
talk
would
about
make
though, the Invaders trailer.
That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I was
I
super
was
looking.
so
It looks like
happy
it's
to
so
finally
based
see
off the
that.
comics too. Like
Yeah, when you said it kind of looked different, I didn't look the same. But then I watched it on the big screen. I can kind of tell there was hints
there's
of
like
different,
a different
Gaz
coloring.
kinda,
Something.
Yeah, Gaz looked a little. I didn't really like her hair color. I liked it when it was more
I don't.
darker.
And it's not even like I think it's literally whatever system they're using or something is updated because it's literally like the shading
well,
is
think
brighter.
about
or
it. Back
something.
then, when that probably came out, they were still probably doing
Hand animation.
drawing animation,
or at least
still
a
then.
combination.
Now everything's.
I know,
digital,
but
which
the
I'm pretty
thing
sure
being
they
like
went
if you
to.
put them side to side, we'll have to do a side by side for video or
Oh,
something.
you can tell for sure there's a difference.
But I
when
think it's a
watched it.
lighter palette.
It's a lighter,
shade.
yeah, it's for sure lighter.
And they
Or
need to go
not
darker.
even lighter, it's more brighter is more what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, bright. That being what I mean. It's like, and it needs to be dark for them.
Yeah,
It
a
needs to
little
be
bit
kind of
darker.
dim and dusky.
Maybe they'll fix those. I mean, they can. I mean, it's
They
not
might.
it's hard for them to go in and just change. Oh, hey, let's just change
Tone
the
shade
hues
down,
for
yep.
everything down.
It wouldn't be that hard at all. But that's just something I noticed that I was like, huh.
Yeah, like see,
But
you
I
two
think it's
said that,
really
didn't notice
based off the
anything.
comics because the comics were kind of bright and like, which is but
Comics
it's
are so
comics
great.
as opposed to the show, which the show they could still
I
do
wonder
it
what
bright.
they're
and
gonna
good.
do. Like how they're gonna. Do you think they're gonna bring the show back?
I'd like to see it, but I don't know what.
And
they're gonna do.
Rugrats got their green lit back because they're coming back
Yeah,
for sure. New episodes are coming.
which
back.
is crazy. Ooh, yeah, we definitely got to get one.
But
But
yeah, that's all I
there's
want
other
to talk to
stuff.
you about was those last two things was the Invaders in. Because
Yeah.
I totally forgot. Those slipped out of my mind. Those came
Yeah,
back, too.
well, because they're like less focused on what we've done. All right, guys, we will catch you next week, hopefully,
yeah.
and we'll have some stuff set up on the ceilings, the walls. The camera will be closer. It'll be a fun time for all.